So the Super Maelstrom is tower that recently got some very interesting changes. It's been getting a lot of love, as you guys probably might remember, the bottom pad getting a little bit of duration on the ability and getting a little bit of extra pierce, but now some of those things got changed in the latest update, and I want to showcase them and kind of test the things myself. And what better map to do it on than Bloons? I mean, this is the perfect Super Maelstrom map, isn't it? So let's jump into this and see if we can beat Bloons on Chimps mode by using the Super Maelstrom as our main DPS, but I do have kind of a plan for this whole entire thing. So yeah, let's just go into the changes and see what's happening. So first off, the damage type for the Super Maelstrom got changed from normal to shatter. Now, probably a lot of you guys don't know what that means, and it basically means that it can no longer pop lead balloons. And it's basically only lead balloons that it cannot pop. So shatter means that it can pop everything else but lead balloons. So what this means for your games is that you're probably going to need to buy, and for our game today is that we're going to have to buy something like maybe an Brilliant Ice, or maybe an MIB Village, or maybe something like a Glue Storm or a Glue Strike ability. Alright, so I'm just watching round 14 because I want to buy the Spike. So the Spike is a little bit, it's a part of my strategy. I want to buy the Perma Spike, but let me just use the ability, and with the S, with the end of round cash, we have this thing. So let's continue with the changes. The next change is the Pierce getting adjusted. So now the 40 and the 50 are now getting extra Pierce, which is amazing. The Maelstrom ability attack cooldown got increased from 0.03 to 0.045. So what this basically means is that when the blades from the ability go out, they're going out a little bit slower, and that's important because there's less damage going out with the ability, but that's the base one. And then you can get basically the ability attack speed back by going for the top crosspath, which now the 140 and the 240 give back some of the ability attack speed, and that's the crosspath that we're going for today. We're going to try out the new one, which is basically kind of the old one when you take everything into account, but that's going to be completely fine. Okay, so we're dealing with 35 in the rainbows, but 36 is incoming, and I do want to be upgrading the Spike anyways to the bottom pad. I'm not sure if we're going to go to a perma spike. Probably yes, honestly. Let me change the target into close so that we don't waste these spikes on. If there's a balloon that solid can pop, I don't want to waste spikes on that, so I think close is the better targeting, but this is the most important one. So let me buy the asset pools now. So you guys might be wondering what the best crosspath now is for the Super Maelstrom, and actually they've kind of seemed to be pulling it back towards the top one, and honestly the top is a little bit more reliable, I would say, in terms of it attacking a little bit faster. So for example, if you're needing to defend with it, not just use the ability, then you should go for the top cross path, and also the ability is a lot stronger. So I guess the difference is, it's not that the bottom path is useless, because the bottom path changes the direction. So for example, when we get the ability, it usually goes out clockwise, so we don't need to change the direction by buying the bottom path on this map. But if you do need to do that, you have the ability, and that's very important. And another thing is that you also get longer uptime if you go for the bottom pad. So it's kind of a trade-off between, let me just watch this one. So as soon as yes, oh my god, that timing was perfect. I think I got a huge chunk of the ceramics, but also a lot of them bumped into the spikes, which is very nice. So because we have round 49 and you know the 50s coming up, I was thinking of getting the Blade Maelstrom first. So I'm going to buy the Blade Maelstrom ability now. And this one is going to go into, are we buying camo? That's my question. I don't think we are yet. Maybe later on. Let's just chill on the camo for now. Let's save some money. I mean, we are getting there. We're at 15,000 and this thing is 16,000. So we're going to have it in a second. Like probably, maybe not this round, but maybe like for 54, depending on what comes out. I'm really tanking all these mobs into the spikes, which is probably something I shouldn't be doing. Here comes the money for it. And if I buy this thing now, I know that this might be a bad idea, but I'm just going to do it anyways, because I did want to get the perma spike first. Yeah, we're just gonna have to survive with the Super Maelstrom until we can get the perma spike so we can stabilize, but that's fine, guys. We like living on the edge here. We're gonna live off of abilities. Okay, so 57, I think we can get away by doing this. We're gonna have 2x2 on 57, but is the ability gonna... Yes, exactly. This is the problem. This ability doesn't last long enough when you go for the top path. That's exactly the new thing, because usually we go for the bottom path, and I think the bottom path adds like a total of 3 seconds, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it's actually 3 seconds of extra duration, which might not sound like a lot, but the cooldown is really fast. So when you compare the uptime, like look at this thing, it doesn't even make it to 50%. Come on, guys. Okay, so in comes the BFB on 60, and this is a very important round because I do want to see the uptime on the Super Maelstrom. I think it's about 50%. So as soon as this thing pops, actually I can just go for it, and it's gonna carry over to 61. It's gonna pop at least 1 or 2 of these mobs, but let me just watch the cooldown at the bottom. And that seems to be about 55% I would say. I don't know, guys. This is not... So I'm used to the bottom pad, and this is not like the bottom pad. This is a different beast of its own, but it does basically the same amount of damage that it did before, so I guess it's kind of a trade-off. Okay, so I'm gonna buy the Relentless Glue now, which is the tower that we want to have anyways, and look at this Alchemist. It's gonna be overworked. We might even get a second one, honestly, but let me get the... Am I getting the Relentless? I think I am. Let's just keep it like this so we can save a little bit of money. We can get the stun going, and I think this is really important. So if we can just start dealing with mob class balloons by ourselves and them not going to the spikes, that's good. And yes, this new Relentless Glue seems to be making all the difference, actually, because we're dealing with small mod, actually with normal mods, but I'm not sure how we're dealing with the 45 ones. So as long as we can deal with 45s by... maybe I shouldn't have done that. Let's see how we do. Please pop it by yourself. Yes, very important. Okay, very important that we saved both of these abilities. Okay, so let's use the ability for the first wave, the Maelstrom ability. I want to use the Sawdust level 10 ability for the second one because I don't think the Maelstrom is coming off cooldown. Even though we have a little bit of cooldown reduction, no, it's not. It's barely not coming off cooldown. So if you were playing on a map that's not Blast, you would have had it for each single ceramic wave. And then the last one is about to come out, so let's just time the ability and hopefully we can get it to carry over a little bit into the next round because 64 is going to be a difficult one. We don't have any of these important abilities. So let's go like this. I think I'm going to use Sawdust level 3 and I hope we hold them. And if we don't, I think it's going to be fine because we can buy something like a Boomerang, but I would rather save the money. And oh my god, that's so close. You guys see the cooldown at the bottom with the Super Maelstrom? Alright, so here's my question. What if I upgrade Sawdust level 11? She's going to do a little bit of extra damage to any balloon that's slowed, immobilized, or taking damage over time. And we have all of those 3 boxes checked. So I'm going to buy her. Maybe because I was going to have the Boomerang anyway, so I think I'm just going to get it, honestly. So let's just go like this. This is going to be in the range of the Alchemist, by the way. This Alchemist is losing its mind. It's buffing like 5 towers. So we might even get another one. So let's buy a 0-4 because I want the pushback effect to trigger a little bit more often. And as long as we hold on... Yes, I'm gonna use the ability, and please, I'm gonna have the Super Maelstrom now, and yes, finally. Oh my god, thank you so much. That was a very close round. So we're about to bump into round 75, and these are the most important ones, 75, 76, and then 77 eventually. I think we can wipe all of the BFBs on 77 with just one single Maelstrom ability. So as long as we beat these ones, there are also some lead balloons below, which is, it's just, they're kind of put there to annoy you, and that's all their purpose is, because now the Super Maelstrom cannot pop lead balloons. So let me use the ability now. Oh my god, we're laggy a little bit, but that's fine. And after this ability is done, as long as we deal with these guys, which we do, okay, so we're gonna get the ability back. And so I think this is the last chunk of BFBs, and I hope that these guys pop very fast so that, yes, so it carries over to 76. That's exactly what I wanted to happen. Yes, very good. And so now these BFBs, they don't appear immediately on 77, so we're gonna get the ability back. Oh my god. I've forgotten how fun it is to play with the Super Maelstrom, and honestly, I was a little bit used to the bottom pad, which has the longer ability duration, but this thing would just has more ability speed now. This is just super fun as well. I forgot how fun this thing is. Okay, so Pro Balloon's coming out, and we need to time this. The window is very small in which we need to use Sawdust level 10 ability because there's a delay. The damage doesn't start instantly. So as soon as these guys come out, we just need to do that, and that was actually easy, but you have to pay attention. So but we have them. So the perma spike is about to come out. This is round 79, which makes a lot of money. This round makes like at least $5,000-6,000, I think. So let's get the perma spike. Let's use this thing, and there we go. So now this makes me feel a lot better about what we have going on. So as soon as these guys appear, this is it. Yes, there we go. So you just use the ability. There's a bunch of mobs in this round, but they all evaporated, and we need to buy a couple of stuff. So we need to buy some we need to buy an overclock and then all these damage amplifying towers. And if I can fit the embrittlement ice, oh my god, I can. This Alchemist, this guy right here, he's losing his mind. He's like, no way he's placing in our tower. He just can't do it, guys. It's way too many towers for him. But I'm sorry. We're gonna get another Alchemist maybe because they're actually, everything is just getting buffed and nothing's getting buffed at the same time. So, 84 actually. How are things looking? Let me just use the ability. And all these guys are gonna evaporate, aren't they? Yep. Yes, they are. Okay, so we have the money for the overclock now. Let me buy. This overclock works on the ability, on the Super Maelstrom ability. So that's the... I'm not buying it for the perma spike, I'm buying it only for that. Let me buy the embrittlement now, and let's use the ability for these 45 BFBs. We're gonna have the money for the embrittlement in a second, and this is going to help delete all of those DDTs. Well, at least a couple of them, right? Because the map is short and it's not gonna get that many attacks off, but we're gonna combine it with the glue Strike or the Glue Storm, one of those two guys. And I mean, what else are we doing? I mean, maybe it's time for the glue. And again, the glue is going to be in range of the alchemists. So I don't know what to say, guys. I mean, it is what it is. So let's just go for, where are we going for? The bomb pad glue, because it slows a little bit more. I think that's probably the right one nowadays, because you don't need a cross pad for it to affect mob class balloons. So let's just use the ability again. Let's get the glue hose into the glue strike, and DDT is coming out in a second. So yeah, it's gonna be a very important round, around 90, to see how much damage we deal with the Super Maelstrom. I'm just keep using the ability. This is so fun. I've not done this in a while, and I've forgotten how fun this thing is. Okay, DDT is in a second, so let me overclock the Super Maelstrom. We do have the ability. They're gonna get stopped by the glue, and let me use the ability now. And oh no, they're actually walking into the, I don't like that. They're walking into the perma spikes. So let's make sure before round 95 if there's enough money, we get the glue storm. Let me use the ability now. By the way, a bunch of BFBs, all of them are gonna disappear. Is the perma spike getting any pops? I wish it's not. I really wish that it's not getting any pops, because that would mean that everything's being taken care of by these stars, by Sada and the Super Maelstrom. But if it is, then I guess we're just gonna have to take it. We do have a couple of ZMGs incoming, so I'm gonna use, actually no, let's save the glue strike. I was gonna use the glue strike on this round, but I'm gonna save the glue strike for the DDTs on 93, and I feel like we might get the money for the glue storm before 95. Depends on how much we make on 94. So oh wait, are we gonna have the ability for the DDTs? I think we are. So let's time this. Let's time everything. Let's use the glue strike now. Let's use the Super Maelstrom, and we seem to have dealt with him, honestly. I feel like as long as we get the money for the glue storm, we're gonna be fine. So it's about 17. It's actually less than 17. What I'm talking about. This money is just going so fast. Let me just use all of these abilities on this one. And oh, wait a minute. So I guess timing is a little bit more important now. But I guess the good part is that we now have the glue storm, and the glue storm is going to delete all of those DDTs. So let me just use it. Let me overclock and use the ability again. And let's see if this ability is going to last through 95. I don't think it is. I think it's going to stop, like, maybe not midway, but like 70% through this round is just going to stop. I mean, we're kind of dealing with them. We have the perma spike. The glue is ongoing, but the spike ability stopped a long time ago. So yeah, that is not how things would work, but I guess the damage is a little bit better now for the 250 in comparison to the 052. So let's use the glue storm again, and let me use the ability. And I'm trying to save as many of these spikes as possible, honestly. I don't think that too many balloons have went into the spikes, but just want to save them anyways. And I think that we're fine. So let's overclock it, and let me use Sada's ability. How much? It's at 42,000 pops. Last time we checked this, it was at like 18,000 pops, I think. Okay, so 87. I want to buy one more boomerang. This is going to be a 204 because of the extra pierce. And then I do want to be getting something like this, something like a mob share for around 100. But let's do this. Let's overclock. Let's just deal with these rounds. And now 98 is going to be a very important one, because we need to save a lot of spikes. So I'm going to go all out with these abilities on this round. So let's just make sure to have a little bit of them come out. We have the abilities on cooldown. Is this thing overclocked? It is. Okay, so let's use the fact that it's overclocked. It's going to disappear in a short while. So let's use the ability now. And I feel like we are wiping them. Let me just buy the Spike Storm. And we are wiping them. I'm going to use Sada's level 10 ability, which you guys didn't see because its spears got overloaded in a second. And how are we doing? I think we're doing fine, honestly. I think we're defending this. Let me use the ability one more time. I hope I don't mess this thing up, because we're gonna need it for 99. So I hope we get at least a little of the cooldown back. Oh my god, that was 98. Okay, so what are we banking on for 99? I think we just pray. I'm gonna use the glue storm, and hopefully we can hold them in place. Yes. Okay, so we got the ability back, and I think that should be fine. So it's around 100. We do have the Spike Storm, which I bought for this round specifically. And let me just use Sola's abilities. Let's just use everything. A little bit of the Super Maelstrom carried over, which I think did a nice amount of damage, and also the Glue Storm. And if the battle area is gone, you know that we have this thing. So let's just use the Super Maelstrom for one last time. And there we go. Bloons on Chimps mode. That was super fun. Interesting changes happening, definitely. Maybe they wanted to kind of make the top hats a little bit more viable, because they probably saw people going for 052 mostly. But yeah, this is like the choice that you now have with the Super Maelstrom. And that's gonna be it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you all in the next one.